Hello, my name is Leanne.
My name is Nicole.
My name is Amanda.
Hi, my name is Phoebe.
Hi, my name's Kate. I'm from Western Australia.
Hi, my name is Catherine.
Hi, my name is Magdalena.
Hi, I'm Lornell. I'm a mum of 3.
Hi, my name is Danielle and I had a water birth in a midwife centre.
I suffered birth trauma 9 years ago after the birth of my first son. I have a 4th degree tear. I had 5 blood transfusions.
I had an assisted vaginal delivery involving ventouse, an episiotomy, forceps in the birth suite and forceps again in the theatre.
I had an uncomplicated drug-free water birth, so it will probably surprise a lot of people when I say that I was very traumatised by the birth of my daughter.
I had an emergency forceps delivery with a resulting 3B tear and nerve damage.
Experienced birth trauma 18 months ago when my son was born at 28 weeks gestation, when I developed severe HELLP syndrome, which is a life-threatening pregnancy complication.
When I was 9 months postpartum, I was diagnosed with levator revulsion.
I was completely unprepared for the aftermath of my apparently natural delivery.
I was left with pudendal neuralgia, which is a nerve injury in the pelvis, which has caused me daily pain for about 2 years.
Unfortunately, all didn't go to plan, and 10 months later I'm still feeling the physical, psychological and emotional effects of what happened that night.
My first baby arrived after 12 hours of labour and a forceps delivery, which left me severely damaged.
It was assisted delivery by vacuum, and no one told me that assisted delivery can increase chance of pelvic floor dysfunction.
I suffered a birth trauma 7 years ago.
8 months ago, I had an emergency cesarean and hysterectomy when our little rainbow arrived. The birth of our son James was very traumatic.
I suffered a 3rd degree tear and soon after developed a fistula.
I also suffered PTSD and postnatal depression.
I was left with lifelong scars and injuries. The first year of my son's life was the most loneliest and scariest of my life.
It took me 14 months to be diagnosed with this after seeing various professionals, physios, gynecologists, doctors, and I didn't get any proper treatment until it was diagnosed by a pain specialist. So don't ever stop if you're in pain and nobody's listening.
I didn't know what it was at the time, but I remember thinking to myself, they tell you this moment hurts, so just push through and you can get a few extra stitches afterwards. Little did I know at the time that this sort of injury can't currently be repaired.
My next 2 babies arrived via cesarean, and I want you to know that it's okay if your birth plan does not go to plan.
I find myself feeling angry and isolated and most of all confused, I suppose, because I feel like almost I was lied to.
I want you to know that if you've suffered from birth trauma, you're not alone and it's not your fault.
This kind of birth injury is shrouded in secrecy, and I think that's because of the terrible stigma that it carries for women and for their partners.
If you felt traumatised after the birth of your child, then you were. Trauma is extremely personal and individual. Nobody can tell you otherwise.
And I just want you to know that you're not alone, that your story matters, that if you can speak up, because you are braver than you think, and there are thousands of women out there like you and like me who have been through this.
And I want you to know that this doesn't mean you fail as a parent. I also want you to know that there are people that you can talk to and that can help you through this.
I'm determined to speak about my experience because I really hope that this discourse that's prevalent in Australia at the moment that emphasises the superiority of a vaginal birth and all the risks and dangers around a cesarean birth can change.
Please speak to somebody about it. You don't need to do this alone. You aren't alone and you are not weak.
A traumatic birth is no one's fault. It's a trauma.
Traumatic births need to be managed with support and information, not silence and shame.
I think it's important that we realise that birth is more than just one day in a woman's life, and it has a profound impact on how we see ourselves as mothers and how we bond with our babies.
The thing I would like other people to know, other women who might find themselves in a situation where they are experiencing trauma from the birth of their child, or be that physical or emotional, is to seek out support from women who have gone before you.
I want to let you know that if you suffer from birth trauma, you're not alone.
I just don't want this to happen to anyone, and most of all, I want this movement to work so that no one, and I mean no one, ever has to go through what I went through. Your story does matter.
Let's talk about this. Let's help the mums to come.